Hello and welcome to this edition of FiTV. I'm your host, Brad Swanson. We are coming to you from just outside the Florida Capitol at Andrew's Restaurant, a central hub of everybody during session and especially on this first day. I'm joined by Trimmel Gomes of the Rotunda podcast. Trimmel, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so session. All the speeches have been given, at least the tone has been set or attempted to have been set. What's your takeaway from the governor, the president, the speaker, and then those that might be opposing those three?
Well, it was an expected beginning. Everything was pomp and circumstance. The ceremony, everyone was overjoyed and happy. The flowers filled the chamber. But it's only time will tell, whether division will pop up in this election cycle.
Right.
Everything we hear, the broad brush speeches we're giving from leaders today, so it was a pretty good day.
Right.
So
what were
tomorrow,
the big themes that you were hearing today, and then we'll come back to tomorrow? So.
Yeah, everything from what the governor touched on, teacher pay, that was a big win, and at least get some of those progressives and teachers who were marching here at the Capitol, make them feel a little good that something is coming their way. But is it enough? And there were grumblings that it wasn't enough. They want to see more. He touched on environment. This is the governor's State of the State speech, and that was another win. He's been seen as the green governor and is getting that titles, but that is starting to fracture a bit as we go a little deeper. People are grading him, some organizations, environmental organizations, saying he's not as green as we may think. So despite the overtures and the great grand things that he has put out there today, that's gotten him some favor, it's starting to fray a bit.
All right, so it's fraying, the whether you're left or right. Typically, the pundits aren't going to say you're doing enough from those perspectives. Do you see a détente of sorts, if you will, from some of the traditional opposition to this governor, or do you see them strengthening as the session goes on?
So far, he's getting a good rating going in. Of course, you can't make everyone happy, but so far that is working for him. He has to make that capital and get through some of the stuff that may not be as palatable to many who are against him, and rush with this popularity that he has that's working for him so far. So if he's smart, use it quickly while you can.
Okay, so let's talk about the President Galvano's speech. What was that tone, and contrast that or compare it to Speaker Olivo?
They were both talking, especially Speaker Olivo, straight to policy, and very hard line on when he touched on the healthcare industry and what needs to change and all the reforms that he'd like to see. Galvano focused on education as well, and bringing things together. It's mostly rallying the troops, and we hope that the bodies will stay in line, lawmakers will follow and keep these high line agenda items in play. But we'll see as it rolls out.
Right, I was about to say, so we were talking about tomorrow. So what do you think the headline tomorrow is going to be, or where will Trimmel Gomes be tomorrow?
Well, there's still going to be some time tomorrow. We're still going to feel the high and the joys of today. But as we saw in sessions past, sometimes it gets down to the wire, like the 59th day. This building is about to fall down, and we don't know what's going to happen, whether we're going to end on time. So it's to be seen.
Well, we look forward to listening to the Rotunda podcast as well, and tuning into that great program to hear what's going on and the depth and the breadth of the people you get to interview over there. And we sure thank you for coming on FiTV.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.